My name is Antonio, and I am the West Coast spokesperson for Maryland Brushes. I work in the salon full-time, and I do freelance part-time. I have been in the industry now almost 20 years. I started out really young. I grew up in the salon with an aunt that had a salon and my sister who was a hairdresser as well. So this is something that I've always had a passion for. A couple of cool things that are important about Maryland brushes and why people choose to use them. One is the patented hourglass shape, and if you guys have noticed, this is different than most other brushes. And the patented hourglass shape allows you to get the brush closer to the scalp because it mirrors the shape of the head. So you're able to get that brush closer, and you'll be able to get a lot more root lift, so you're able to get a lot more volume. Another thing about the patented hourglass shape, it allows the hair to be distributed evenly across the brush. So when you're brushing and you're straightening, you're getting even tension as you pull it all the way through. Now there are companies that do make concave brushes, and they look very similar, but it comes in a definite V shape. And the difference is that pulls all the hair to the center of the brush. So as you're pulling the hair, you're not getting even tension. You get straight in the center, but you don't get straight on the ends. So that's what makes these brushes unique as well. Another cool thing about these brushes is some are designed for volume and some are designed for straightening. And the difference is the way the bristles are placed in the brush. Now if you look at this brush, the bristles are kind of angled out. And that allows the brushes to lift more at the roots, so you get a lot more volume. Versus this brush, where the bristles come directly straight out, perpendicular to the brush, and this allows the hair to be pulled straighter. And the ceramic is mixed with plastic, and the reason why they do that because it helps maintain the heat on the brush. Now this brush will get and retain heat up to 10 minutes at 80 to 100 degrees. So when you want to create more lift and more volume, and you want to do a brush set in the hair, this will hold, it'll hold the style. And when you do the ceramic brushes, the brushes inside are mixed. They're boar bristle and nylon. And the reason why, because the nylon cools down the ceramic, it allows it to be maintained, the heat maintained evenly, but it cools down the ceramic so it doesn't burn the boar bristles. So it gives you longevity to the brush as well, and you're not overheating the hair. Another couple of key features about the brushes, they prevent carpal tunnel syndrome, which is important. And the reason why is because you don't have to wind the brush. And it's very important to learn about these brushes, is people like to wind and wind and wind, and that's what's causing the carpal tunnel syndrome in the carpals in the hand. So these brushes are designed that once you put them in the head, you just take the blow dryer and heat, and you just straighten the hair without having to wind the brush. So that's nice. It reduces blow drying time by 40%. It improves your performance. It polishes the hair strands, especially these brushes, like the etiquette brushes. That's really dense, 100% boar bristle brushes. These are beautiful.
So they don't break off even fragile hair or over-processed?
Not at all. And they close the cuticle of the hair. This brush is compared to the Mason Pearson. It's a 100% boar bristle and nylon mixed brush. These are wonderful for finishing hair when you really want to get that really polished look after blowout. This is wonderful for dry brushing only. This is the prepping paddle for wet hair. This is a wonderful brush. Very easy to use. Then this is the new one that they've just come out with, which is a prepping brush but also has a boar bristle.
And you can use that to blow dry.
Yes. Okay. Now you're wondering why there are so many different brushes. So I think that gets confusing as well. There are many different brushes. They really try to focus on the effect that you're trying to create and the hair texture that you want to use as well. So you have these brushes that are for polishing. You have these brushes that are designed for straightening. Then we have a couple of other brushes that are designed for more finer textured hair, because you don't want to stretch the hair too much and you don't want it to break the hair. So the shorter bristles are designed for more finer texture. And then you have these two, the Latina Envy and the Je T'aime. These are great for really coarse, unruly hair. So
And like mixed hair or something like that?
They're mixed bore and nylon brushes.
Now, I noticed that one's got an oval shape to it.
Yeah.
Yes. So the oval shape just gives you a little bit more wave than a straight when you're blow drying. And this is actually my favorite brush, and I use this one in Jelly quite a bit.
I like that one.
You can see this is my favorite brush. It's the most used. Okay, so let's get into a little bit of blowing out. Sorry. Okay, so you want to take 70, at least at the very minimum 70% of the moisture out of the hair. Now with different textures, it's important to know that you need to leave sometimes a little bit more moisture, and especially when it is excessively curly hair, because you want that moisture to retain in the hair as you're blow drying. Because if you start blow drying really curly hair and you take all the moisture out, by the time you get to the top, the heat is so intense that you're actually burning the hair.